Afternoon. I'm back in the Peak District today on a wild camp tonight on Kinder Plateau. Set off from Upper Hayfield in Derbyshire, and the intention today is to walk from Upper Hayfield up to a place called Mount Famine, South Head, make my way across to Edale Cross. Some of you may have heard that's a medieval cross, and from there make my way round the side of Kinder End, and then there's a path up to Red Brook, which brings you out on the plateau, on Kinder Plateau, just before you get to the downfall. And from there we're heading to Sandy Haze, and then across from Sandy Haze onto the north side of the plateau, looking for a campsite between Fairbrook Naze and Kinder Downfall. The weather this afternoon is very pleasant, no wind at the moment. Forecast for the rest of the day is like this, sunny. It's a little bit hazy, but tonight's supposed to be clear, and tomorrow again supposed to be reasonably sunny day, so all should go well. I often come on this route. One of the main things about it is you can gain a lot of height by driving up to where I stop in Upper Hayfield, and then it's a fairly gradual, steady climb up to South Head. Just approaching Mount Famine now. Which is that little bit of a hill behind me, but on the other side it's also a little bit more impressive because it drops down to a really steep valley, but this side it's quite tame really, Mount Famine. And behind me in the valley there is Chapel End Frith, and on the video I might be able to enhance it, but that on the horizon, that flat plateau, on the right hand side it's like a place called Castle Naze, just above Chapel End Frith and the village of Doveholes. You make your way up and there's some an outcrop of rocks there, Castle Naze, where some fairly decent rock climbing. But we're just going to make our way up to South Head, which is next. We're just approaching South Head now. That's the hill in front of me. Again, from this side doesn't look much. From the opposite side it looks a little bit more majestic, but because again that drops out down to a quite steepish valley on the other side of there. Right, the paths separate now. I go left on this footpath. The path to the right is the Peak Bridleway. Bridleway I've been on since Upper Hayfield, and that makes its way. The Bridleway makes its way over towards Ashup Edge and towards Castleton. I'm taking the left here, which will take me eventually to near Edale Cross. That's South Head behind me. aircraft going above. So we're out under the flight path of Manchester Airport here. As you can see, quite a lot of peat kind of erosion. It's getting wider and wider as people try to get around it. Well, it's not too bad. I was expecting to go up to my knees in this, but not too bad at the moment. So we've had 1 or 2 dry days, so that's helped. What you can see there is the Cowburn tunnel vent shaft. It's a tunnel that goes under the mountain, and it comes out at Edale station. It goes in near Chapel Endy Frith. I think the length of the tunnel is about just over 2 miles. It's the main railway line from Manchester to Sheffield. And the next station after Cowburn is Edale. So we're on the ridge now, heading towards Edale Cross and Kinderlow. The mud's turned in now into a stone slab path, which goes on for about a mile. You might be able to see it behind me there. So it's a bit quicker than zigzagging along those peat bogs. Seen a few walkers past me going back down. This is the beauty of the wild camping, isn't it? I'm going up, got all my gear, a couple of hours time. It's 5:15 now, so around about 7. It gives me about an hour to get myself sorted out before it goes dark. I'll be setting up my camp. So I was going to go to the south of Kinderlow End and get onto a diagonal footpath that would take you up to Red Brook, but filming and stuff like that's just taking me longer than I expected, and it's put me behind a little bit, so I'm going to cut that out because it's going to save me about 40 minutes at least. What I'm going to do is go straight down to the top of Jacob's Ladder and head up to Edale Rocks, then the Trig point at Kinderlow, and then get on the edge path a bit sooner than I expected. But say that will save me a little bit of time. I'm now at the top of Jacob's Ladder. So I was going to go along this path behind me. I was going to go along there, but I've decided to go more of a direct route to Edale Rocks and then the Trig point at Kinderlow. Be on the edge path then. It's straight over to the downfall. It's about 10 to 6 now, 10 to 6. So I'm hoping to be where I need to be by 7 to get the tent up in the light. So I'm going to crack on. Again, this is paths a little bit paved here. Massive big cairns. We're just about to get onto the edge path now, and you can probably see that little rock balancing on looks like an anvil. It's balancing on another rock. I think that's called No Stool. Let's see if we can zoom in when I edit the footage, get a better picture of it. Well, this is quite a landmark, is Edale Rocks. I can still see a couple of people next to them up there. I've just seen some more people coming down. Don't expect to see many more now. It's about 6 o'clock, 10 past 6. So got to get around all this mud. The path, the stones have suddenly disappeared for some reason. I think with the weeks and weeks and weeks of wet weather, it's churned the whole thing up. It's pretty bad, really. As you can imagine, this is normally a very popular route up onto the edge. You come down, you might be able to see the valley behind me, and the steep climb up is Jacob's Ladder. You get onto this path. Most people coming from Edale will probably walk up to Edale Rocks and then have a photo on Trig Point, and usually head off to the downfall then and double back. That's the edge people. More adventurous, probably more experienced walkers will follow the edge for a while and then go across the plateau when a little bit of navigation is required. The majority of people stay to the edge path. Technically, you can walk all the way around the plateau. I think full circular is about 18 miles, believe it or not. The full circular walk around the edge. Most people say come up from Edale and walk a small section of it and then head back. Either coming back down Jacob's Ladder or they'll go along the edge, this edge, up to Crowden Brook, around there to Grinsbrook, and then down there to Edale. So I've got about another 3/4 of an hour. I want to get the tent up before it gets, too close to sunset. So at least I'm putting it up in a reasonable light and comfortably. Might not get to where I was expecting, but I'll just knock it on the head at 7 and see where I am and put the tent up. There's the back of Edale Rocks now. Just do so that's looking down Jacob's Ladder and towards the Vale of Edale. You turn left at Upper Booth, make your way around to Edale village behind Grinslow, which is that hill there. We have a micro light. Oh, there's the Trig Point. Do the customary visit and tap the top. Visited the lake. I visited Snowdonia in the end of November 22. Went up Crib Goch and get to the top of the ridge and up onto Cribbydiscal. And there's a Trig Point there, but that's teetering a bit, and half of it's been eroded away at the top. This is in decent nick, to be honest. I'll climb up there. Or should I? Can I be bothered to take this big rucksack off? Probably not. So I think I'll miss the tapping on the top. Let's have a look. Might be able to. Hang on. Possibly. Let's have a look. Oh yes, this is a bit easier. That's it. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, nearly arse over TIT. There's my hand. Well, here we are. I did, as you can see from the video, I was reluctant to climb up here with a big heavy rucksack on. But I thought I'd better do. My moral duty really, wasn't it? Don't think, can't see anybody at the moment. Very quiet. It's a beautiful evening. Best time to come this time of the day really. I suppose that's the beauty of wild camping, isn't it? I've got all my gear here, I can come up any time I like really. So most people are governed by, you know, getting back to the cars, going home, getting the tea, that kind of stuff. But not me today anyway. See if we can make it down this this rock without falling on my head. It's a little bit dodgy. Reversing it anyway. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, yes, done it. Well, one stumble there. Don't know what's going to happen. So it's 6:20 now, so really want to stop it definitely at 7, if not a little bit earlier. So just have to see. Just come round to the top of Red Brook. Just running off the plateau behind me. There was no trouble getting water today. Shouldn't be anyway. I brought plenty up with me as it happened. On the south side there seems to be more runoffs. We have got the main, you know, groughs on the north side, you know, Blackdown Brook, and then you've got Castle Naze, not Castle Naze, sorry, Fairbrook Naze. One or two small ones, but generally there's a lot of runoffs on this side. Another 10 minutes I've got a little pitch I know down here near the downfall, about 100 metres off the footpath. Used it a couple of years ago. It's a perfect little pitch. I'm just hoping it's not it was pretty dry when I went last time, as long as it's not waterlogged, otherwise I'll have to find somewhere else. I say we're about 5 minutes from the downfall now. Okay, I'm at my pitch now. It's about 100 metres off the edge path, just before you get to the downfall. Well, which is opposite the downfall. And this is a really good little pitch. I used the one a little bit higher up last time, but that's got water running through it, where this bit here is completely dry. So I'll get my tent up here. On my little one-person tent set up now. I've got some hot water on. Going to make myself a brew in a minute and get something to eat. I've got some noodles. Got to have one of those. Might have two. The temperature's really dropping now. My hands are absolutely freezing. That's looking over towards Manchester, Hayfield. I reckon I've got about half an hour light. Sun's already gone down. And there's some nice little spot here, actually. Perfect little pitch. I'll put my long johns on after I've had a brew. It's I'll need them on. I'll need them tonight. I think it's going to be pretty cold. The temperature's down to about 1, 2. Well, I've got my brew. Thank goodness for that. Whoa, my hands are absolutely freezing now. Lovely. It's supposed to be a latte, but no, it's wet and warm. That's the main thing. So I'm going to get my long johns on shortly. Might go for a little walk. I tell you, I won't be long out of bed. I've got to charge my phone up. I've got a battery pack with me, heavy duty one. So I'll charge my iPhone up with that while I go out for a little walk. I think after I've had something to eat. I'm glad I've got everything sorted. Right, I'm in my tent now. Went for a little walk round the downfall and got a picture of the lights over Manchester. Hopefully that turns out all right. So I just put my long johns on. A little bit warmer now, but I'll soon be in my excuse me. She'll be in my sleeping bag. Pretty tired now. I think the forecast is okay for tomorrow morning, so I'll be up early. I think sunrise is about 7:15 in it, something like that. Probably get a bit lighter before then. Won't be hanging around here very long. So I've had to camp a bit earlier because they're run out of time really, and light was going fast. So I'll carry on where I was intending to go. So tomorrow I'll pack up virtually on the downfall anyway. Just go to Sandy Hayes, cross over around the northern edge, go down to Fairbrook Naze, and then make my way across back to the downfall through probably through Kinder Gates, and head back to the car. So say good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Night.
Morning. 7:15. So I've just took my head out of the tent, and it's it's all clagged up. It's just typical, really. It didn't forecast that for this morning, but there we go. I think it's going to be about 12 o'clock before it improves. But I'll be long gone by then. Didn't have too bad a night. It was a bit chilly. So this is a 3-season bag, so I had to put another layer on. But after that, I was fine. Did wake up a couple of times. Got a bit gusty during the night. But apart from that, it was pretty okay, really. So I'm just going to get some breakfast on, get some porridge, a brew, and start to pack up. I'll see you then when I've got myself my breakfast on. Right, the water's boiling now. I can get my porridge and a brew. This is the best thing that's ever been invented for while camping. Sit down. Falling away. Right. Thicken up a bit. There. Right, coffee. What do I need? Heading over there now to get some more water.
Brackety. Very peaty, but I'll filter it and it'll be alright. All packed up now, ready to go, and as usual, LNT, leave no trace. Setting off in a moment. As you can see, it's still claggy and it's 10:15. Quite late really, but there was nothing to get up for really. Just took my time packing up and having my breakfast, etc. So got to get off now. I'll just walk over to Sandy Hayes, then round the northern edge for a while to get to Fairbrook Naze and across up to Kinder Gates, and I'll come back by the downfall back to the car at in Hayfield, Upper Hayfield. Just reached Kinder Downfall now. Bit of water coming down it. Still a bit claggy, but it is starting to clear up. I can see sunshine down in the bottom of the valley from here. Turn around, you might be able to catch it behind me. So I'm hoping things are going to improve in the next hour. We'll see. It's definitely lifting now. So we'll carry on towards Sandy Hayes. I'm at Sandy Hayes now, so to do a right here, get onto the northern edge, walk up to Fairbrook Naze now. It's clearing quite well now. Still got a cloud coming up the valley, but I'm expecting it to clear completely. It's quite gusty. Looking at the clouds now, they're shifting pretty fast. As I've been walking across the up to Sandy Hayes from the downfall, it's like a train of people. There's one or two on the northern edge, to be honest, but a lot less, so I'm expecting that to be a lot quieter. I've just turned right again onto the northern edge now. Behind me you've got Mill Hill. That's it, that's mound up there. That's the Pennine Way, and it follows that ridge all the way along to the Snake Pass, and that's it. That is that's featherbed moss. It used to be very boggy at one time, but it's got the stones, these big flags on the path now, so it's quite easy. Well, it's a bit hard on your feet, certainly in the summer when it's hot. But I'm heading this way now along this path on the northern edge round to Fairbrook Naze. I'll stop there and might make a brew. Just on the northern edge now, overlooking Ashup Clough. The river runs and the path runs all the way down the valley down to Lady Bower Reservoir, the river, and in the distance there, where there's a bit of a swing to the left and then it goes right when it gets quite steep, the hillside, there's an old ruined shooting cabin there. That's always a good place to stop, have a brew, a rest. Very nice little spot, quite picturesque. And from there, so you carry on and you're virtually about another couple of miles and you're back to the Snake Pass and the old Snake Inn, which is now private residence. But certainly a lovely day at the moment. I'm about halfway now to Fairbrook Naze. I should be there about another half an hour to get there. It's gone from on the southern edge from Blackpool Prom to virtually being in a wilderness. Hardly seen in person on the northern side. Very pleasant. So once I get to Fairbrook Naze, I'll have to take a bearing, get my map out, take a bearing and get the shortest route across from there to the downfall and back onto the original path I came up last night. The weather's still okay, a bit breezy, but fine at the moment. I think the forecast tonight is changeable. It gets to about 10 o'clock at night. We'll be home by then though. As long as it stays fine until I get back, that's the main thing. Okay, to save a bit of time, I'm not going as far as Fairbrook Naze because it'll be further to get across the plateau. This is a brook before you get to Fairbrook Naze, and it takes me over the shortest route over to the downfall. So I'm going to follow this stream a little bit and then go due south virtually. Yeah, virtually due south, and I should come to the edge fairly shortly. I should drop on the downfall. Let's see if my navigation's okay. So walking on this bearing now, about 204. Yeah, 204. I should be on the other side, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe less. Back to near the downfall, hopefully. Got my navigation right. Yes, I can virtually see the other side. Up and down these groughs. If you didn't have a compass, you didn't know the place, you'd be wandering around all over the shop, to be honest. Straight up this gruff here. Stop for a break on the way back at the downfall. Just got to do myself a pot noodle, and then that'll be it. So hope you enjoyed the video and the wild camp, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.